Right, Luke. Still no Ellen?
Oh no, she came back. In fact, we went to see the Solo movie together. It was great. Check it out. Hey guys, we just got out seeing the Han Solo movie. It was amazing. It's really good. Yes,
no
genuine.
Spoilers, but
yeah,
it's really good.
Genuinely, really, really great.
Yeah.
Really good fun. Really enjoyable.
There's really cool characters. I liked all, the different storylines
Oh,
in between.
man.
And I really think, really push forward the idea that there's more to the Force than the dogmatic ideas of the Jedi.
That was a weird thing to say.
Yeah. Anyway, then Disney let us do a whole bunch more fun Solo stuff.
Makes you want to pilot a real TIE fighter.
Yeah, you mean an X-Wing, right? Fight for the rebellion.
Yeah, X-Wing.
How was that, Ellen?
Doing that really gives you a lot of respect for the best damn pilot in the galaxy. Anakin Skywalker, aka Darth Vader.
What? Oh man! Woo! What an intense day!
Oh my goodness, that was amazing.
Oh, man.
I've never been in one of those tiny planes before.
No.
Oh my gosh.
And my adrenaline is so up right now, I just want to go home basically and watch like a million action movies.
Oh yeah. Jason Statham movie marathon. I think we should do that.
I actually prefer Vin Diesel.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Anyway, then she just ran into the woods. She said something about kyber crystals.
Oh well, until she's back, I could fill in.
Oh yeah, that would be great actually, as long as you promise not to try and force choke me. You didn't promise.
Let's crack on, shall we?
Show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend, show of the weekend.
So Mike, it's fortuitous that you are here on the sofa, because I've been playing loads more Dark Souls Remastered, and I know how you love it.
I do love it.
Yeah.
I do love it. Do you love it though? That's the question.
Yeah, I do love it.
That didn't sound convincing, Luke.
Well, I don't know.
What? I can't believe you're climbing down.
How do you know when you're in love? These are big questions,
Your
Mike.
eyes meet across the undead berg.
My main feeling that I get is that obviously the game is hard.
Yes.
We all know this about Dark Souls, whether you've played it or not. But I would say that it's hard in ways I didn't expect.
Right.
The combat is difficult. You get killed because someone pushes a sword into your head.
That is a cause of death.
And
certainly.
it's fatal. Or you fall off a thing.
Yeah.
Or a butterfly kills you. That happened to me.
Oh, you got killed by the butterfly.
Yeah.
Butterfly's fairly straightforward, as I recall. But... Sorry, that was a full get good. That was a full Dark Souls get good.
Yeah, but it was the
right
first
there,
time it's the first time I've seen the butterfly. This is
It's
the thing,
alarming
like,
when you first see it.
Because the butterfly is like firing some lasers, and it's like I'm swinging my sword at it, but it's too far away.
Yeah, you have to wait until it gets up close and then really go to town on it.
Well, but it wasn't making any moves towards me. So, and also there was like another door, so I was like, is this one of the several bosses so far that I'm just supposed to run past and know that I'm supposed to just run past it?
No, it's a proper official one.
This is a proper actually fight the butterfly.
How do you reach the... Do you go through Darkroot Garden to...
Yes, you go through Darkroot Gardens, and then there are some big stone jerks who have big swords,
Right.
and they cast this
kind of golem type.
Yeah, that's right, and they cast this spell that like restricts your movement.
Ah, okay.
Which annoyed me at first until I realised that it takes them ages to cast it, and they're super vulnerable while they're doing it.
That sounds very Dark Souls
so
to me.
I just waited until they were casting that, and then ran up and was like,
yeah, stick them in their stony stones.
So that actually felt quite good. I mean, it wasn't really the sort of like parry thrust combat, but I still felt like I'd got like a sneaky sort of get around.
I mean, that's Dark Souls all over, isn't it? It's you're trying to work out what their attack animations are and where the sort of opening is for you to stab, and then how many times you can stab before you then have to retreat.
Yeah, I looked in the comments of that live stream, and some people were being very kind about my playing. A lot of people getting very frustrated I was holding my shield up too often, not letting my stamina
to be fair, I do
regenerate.
that all the time as well.
Why would you
but it's
ever
because you're terrified.
Yeah, why would you ever put your shield down?
Yeah. Yes, yes. It is dramatic, the speed with which your stamina regenerates.
Okay, when you're all right.
Have you tried getting good?
Oh, it is hard, but in different ways than I expect, and that is mainly the thing that I'm struggling with more than any of the bad guys or the bosses so far is like.
Is it understanding what the hell is going on?
Yeah, like what am I supposed to be doing? Like where am I even? Because at the beginning, like there was like, ring these 2 bells, and I was like, okay, and apparently one's up and one's down. It's like Downton Abbey, everyone's ringing bells for breakfast.
Right.
And I thought that, like, okay, go do that. And while we were on the live stream, we rang a bell, which I assume was the upstairs bell.
That was correct,
it was, like,
the upstairs bell.
Right at the top of the world.
Not the top of the world.
Okay, fine.
But you'll find out later.
But no one's like, now head downstairs. I mean, I'm not saying that it needs to be linear but like some objective or something. That is what I'm finding hardest actually, because it takes a long time to get anywhere.
Right.
And you don't want to waste your time, I guess, or like go somewhere where everything's like way too hard for you.
Which is totally possible.
It's totally possible. So
You wander into that Skelly graveyard thing and you get wrecked up.
I did go in there. I got in there. I got that sword, the Zweihander.
The Zweihander.
I'm not strong enough yet to hold it with one hand.
Right.
So I'm sort of running around with it like this.
That's
like how a tiny child would hold their dad's
Very heavy
sword.
sword.
Like,
Tiny children shouldn't be trusted with dad's.
probably not. But like a little squire in medieval times or something.
Hobbit.
Yeah, like, yes.
When they get Aragorn's sword.
The other thing I'm struggling with is items. Like, what do they all do?
Right, it doesn't really tell you.
Yeah, should I be using them to upgrade my weapons and armor? I guess so.
Yeah.
I don't want to upgrade a bad one or use the wrong things, because lots of things seem like mistakes can't be corrected. It seems to be a theme of the game.
Yes.
You accidentally kill an NPC, they're dead forever.
Dead, yeah.
They're dead forever. So you accidentally like use the wrong item or throw it away or something like.
And there's some pretty like serious like consequences to using certain items that are tempting to use.
Yeah.
You will sort of get a feel for it as you go along, and stuff like upgrading your armor and things, that's kind of fairly basic. You know, the Titanite shards and things like that are sort of, you can purchase them and things like that. So there are items where it's like clear that this is something that you can get more of. Other ones are harder to get.
If you can find a merchant or someone to sell you it.
In terms of the world being open, that's what I really like about it, because you'll wander into a place and you'll be terrified, but it's about that sort of chipping away and moving a bit further.
Yep.
And then by towards the end of the game, you'll just be commuting through those areas, because you're like, oh, I need to go through here to get to here. So you'll sort of run through and like kill everything really easily and stuff. And so it's about that kind of mastery and progression.
Yeah, I think I would have probably not persisted with the game if I hadn't had you basically on call to tell me stuff.
Yes.
And I have been using wikis, I've been using guides for stuff, like just looking little bits and pieces up. So when I was in the Dark Root Gardens, I got an armor set there. It was the Elite Knight set or something like that. I looked that up to see if it was good, and apparently it is good and stuff.
Cool.
And then I was quite far from a bonfire, and I was like, I don't want to, I run out of potions and all the rest, no Esters left. And so I was like, is there a bonfire around here? And so I just Googled that, and it was like, oh yeah, there's this wall that looks exactly like the other walls, and if you kick it, it leads to a bonfire.
I mean, illusory walls are like nonsense, yeah.
But that's what I found interesting and unexpected, because I knew it would be hard. I knew the combat would be hard, and it is, but that's not a surprise. It's hard in surprising other ways, like just trying to, it messes with my expectation of what a video game should feel like. Also, I suppose like a modern video game, yeah. It feels much more like playing a really old Metroid game or something.
I think reading the guides is like a valid way to play. So it's kind of like shared knowledge, and in the same way that people leave the messages around the world telling you where things are. Part of the Dark Souls experience is shared knowledge, and that's why I think actually reading the wikis and stuff can be a really sort of satisfying way to go through the game.
I've seen a lot of people being like, don't read anything, don't do anything, just going completely blind. That's the best way to do it. But I don't know, that's what I did to start with, and I was just like, oh man, feel like I'm
slow going, yeah.
Yeah, slow going.
It requires a lot. I mean, if you go in completely blind and you try and work it all out yourself, and you try and retain all that knowledge in your head, it takes 3 times as long to do anything.
It makes me amazed that the game is such a hit. I understand why it is a hit, absolutely, because it's a great game. But when it came out, were people not like, this game is hard and bad?
So
it feels like it would have been really easy for the game to have just been lost to the mist of times, written off as being like badly designed or something, even though it isn't.
I remember talking to people reviewing the original Dark Souls back in 2011. And a lot of them were like, this is either a 6 out of 10 or it's a 10 out of 10. But it's definitely not in between that. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of,
okay.
It's like this is either quite bad and broken and should be clearer, or it's it's a brilliant work of genius.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people fell on the side of work of genius. But the thing is that I think it was also refreshing, right? It was a game that didn't lead you by the hand, didn't over-explain its story, it wasn't crammed with exposition.
Yeah.
The world told its own story, a lot of environmental storytelling, a lot of snippets of lore, but you never really have a sort of full picture of what happened before and what will happen after.
We've no time to fraternize. I have my mission and you no doubt have yours. We must not let this curse overcome us.
Let's talk about the graphics of the remaster, because it definitely looks better than footage I've seen of the original Dark Souls.
Yes.
I'm guessing though, if you did play the original Dark Souls and loved it and don't feel the need to play it again immediately, probably don't need to get the remaster.
No.
If you compare it with like the Shadow of the Colossus remake or something, which is just this sort of absolutely staggeringly beautiful. It looks like it was been made from scratch today kind of visuals, whereas this looks like a sort of tidy up, I suppose.
Yeah, it's the ideal version of the original game, basically.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of PC players have been playing something close to the ideal version of
for a long
the
time.
game for a long time. There have been a lot of people complaining about it not being graphically better, but I don't really know what people wanted. I mean, did they want them to come in and redo all the artwork and potentially change the sort of art direction?
I mean, what I wanted was a chance to play Dark Souls easily on a console that I have. So I'm happy. I got what I wanted. And that, I think, is...
That was to be killed by a butterfly.
Man, that butterfly. I've got no time for butterflies, actually. Do you like butterfly houses?
Not really, no.
They're horrible, aren't they?
It seems like a really unpleasant experience to go and be landed on by a bunch of insects.
It's so hot in there, and there's butterflies all over the place, which obviously, you know that going in, that's going to be a factor, but you don't really appreciate quite how many there are. And you're sort of ducking out the way, but you're like, but by ducking out the way, am I confusing them?
Right.
Should I just stay still, like I'm a tree or something?
Because if you move the wrong way, they might fly directly into your eyeball.
And I wear like a hoodie every day, and when there's that sign always when you leave, it's like,
check your clothes.
Check your clothes for little hitchhikers, because your hood's stuffed with butterflies now. And when you go like that, it's just going to be butterflies and they swarm into your mouth and down your throat and lay eggs.
In no other circumstance would anyone want to introduce a load of insects in that close proximity to their skin.
In conclusion,
Dark Souls Remastered is pretty good if you've not played Dark Souls.
Yeah.
And butterflies can burn in tiny insect hell.
They only want to land on you to drink your sweat.
Solo, a Star Wars story is here at last. A new adventure set in the Star Wars universe that tells the tale of a young Han Solo and Lando Calrissian enjoying high adventure in deep space. Mike, for your first question, for there are going to be questions, my friend.
Is that how can you have high adventure in space where there's no up or down?
Well, it is now. Explain for the viewers at home.
You can't.
Explain for the viewer. Well, he does.
You can just have adventure.
He does.
All right.
You know when the Millennium Falcon's the right way up.
That's true.
So, because the planet is underneath them.
That's how you know.
That's how space works. Mike, for your first question, in this quick fire round, choose a character from the following franchises who you believe that, like Solo, deserve a spin-off film all of their own.
Go on.
You've got to be quick. I want your instinctive reaction.
All right, okay.
Character from The Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
Neville Longbottom.
Neville? Yes, correct. Man, yeah. Find out what he gets up to all the time when he's not on screen. Probably tripping over things or spilling coffee down himself or something. But he's the hero, right? He's supposed to be like the actual chosen one.
Yeah.
Also, wait, hang on. Isn't Neville Longbottom the part that you auditioned for?
No, the part I auditioned for was Tom Riddle.
Oh, okay, right.
The Voldemort guy.
Well, then you should ask for that so that you can do.
Well, I didn't get the part the first time. I don't want the disappointment of not getting it again.
I think you could get it now with a bit more acting experience. I reckon you could play a young.
I'm old now.
A young Voldemort.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. You've got to remember that Voldemort is sort of wizened and
he's got no nose
by his evil deeds. We could.
What you're saying about me is my nose could easily be removed in post. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Okay, Mike. Lord of the Rings.
Certainly not Tom Bombadil.
Ugh.
Who's the one who's like a less good Aragorn?
You don't mean Boromir, surely?
No, who's the one who's even like a less... Faramir. Because what I'm going for is a guy who doesn't have a whole lot to do in the main trilogy.
Yeah.
But probably has his own rich life out beyond the you know.
He does, he really does. Because, actually, his backstory would be brilliant. Because it would be like a two-hander sort of brothers, like him and Boromir.
It'd be like twins.
Yeah,
and he's Danny DeVito.
Yeah, exactly. They're competing for their father's love.
Right.
And the father...
one is clearly winning.
The father's awful, in the end he goes on fire. and yeah, but he likes Boromir loads more, even though Boromir is, you know, arguably not as good as him. Spin-off on Thundercats.
Oh, Mumra.
Nice, good choice. The Super Mario Brothers universe.
I want to know about the sporting career of that football guy who runs around.
The football keeper.
Football keeper guy, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
You know those little sporting ones?
Yeah.
I want to see like an Any Given Sunday style, like hard-hitting sports film about that guy, please.
Yes. Game of Thrones.
Ah, right.
The prequel spin-off.
Oh, you know what? The faceless guy, the faceless man.
Oh.
Jack.
Yeah.
I bet he's seen some things.
Yeah, with different faces. And save money by hiring many different actors, none of whom are really A-list.
Yeah, exactly.
Spread the cost around.
Perfect.
That's producers thinking. And finally, Mike, the complete works of William Shakespeare.
Oh, Tybalt from Romeo and Juliet. Probably pretty good.
Oh, he's got those cool Cuban heels.
Yeah.
Good choice, Mike. Solo, a Star Wars... I've just written Solo, a Star Wars.
So it's a Star Wars.
It's a Star Wars. This great and terrible Star Wars. Mike, Solo, a Star Wars story, shines more light on Han's adventures in the Star Wars universe.
Cool.
And boy, has Han Solo had some wild adventures. In the new Star Wars films, in the spin-offs, the extended universe, now called Star Wars Legends because it's not canon anymore.
Sorry, James.
But which of the following are real or once canon things that Han Solo has done?
Oh, go on.
And which are made up by me?
This is going to be brilliant.
True or false?
Okay.
Han Solo has been married before.
True.
That is true. As part of a scam to let him pull off a robbery, Han Solo and human female Sanastaros were married. She sort of knew it was a scam. She shows up later and she's like, I'm your wife. And Leia's like, who the hell are you? Han Solo has had a son with Leia who turns to the dark side.
I mean, yes.
That is true. How many sons has he had who've done that?
Oh, right. Well, here we go. 2 total.
2 total is correct. Counting Kylo Ren and James. Jason? Jacen. Or better known as Darth Cadus. True or false? Solo had a duel with an alien raptor.
I think you made that up.
Good guess. Actually, it's true.
Oh, what?
And when I say raptor, I do mean a Tashar, which is a business-centric species of intelligent dinosaur reptiles.
Business-centric?
They are business-centric. Han Solo spent 6 months on tour as a magician's assistant. True or false?
Is this going to be one of those things where they're all true? I'm going to say false, because it's so ridiculous.
It is true. The magician was called Zaveri. And Han and Chewbacca were both in the act, and they toured around the galaxy for some time.
And they loved it.
And they had a wonderful time.
Why?
What story was that in?
That is in The Hutt Gambit.
No, it's not. Really? I've got that book.
6 months.
I'm going off Wikipedia here, James.
Wow, I don't remember that being there.
6 months? What a waste of his smuggling talent.
Okay, Han Solo and Chewbacca ran a cinema that only showed a single documentary.
True.
It is true. The documentary was called Varn World of Water, and it accidentally turned into a religion when the residents of the planet they were showing it on became obsessed with the film, and Han and Chewie tried to show a different film, and they rioted.
I know it upsets cameraman James when I rag on the expanded universe, but that is nonsense.
That's amazing. Han Solo creates a religion.
Penultimately, Han Solo was raised on a ship as part of a gang of pickpockets.
That's a bit mundane after the cinema projectionist magician's assistant thing.
So mundane that only I could have thought it up?
Yes, correct. Yeah, I think it's false.
It is actually true. Mike, finally.
Yes.
True or false? Solo's life was saved by a droid called BLX-5, better known as Bollocks.
Yes, Bollocks. I know about Bollocks. Bollocks is absolutely a Star Wars character.
Yes, that is true. Bollocks took a bullet for Han during a dramatic escape.
That just sounds like you're talking about his own genitalia.
Would you like to see a picture of Bollocks?
I thought you'd never ask.
Bollocks' name was changed in the UK to Zollocks. He is.
What's he showing?
He's opening his chest cavity to show off his insidey bits.
Right.
Well done, Mike.
Thanks.
So they were all true.
Yeah.
You were absolutely right.
Yeah, I sort of called it.
Han Solo is what by trade, Mike?
A smuggler.
Yes. The best smuggler around. And what did Han Solo famously do in less than 12 parsecs?
The Kessel Run.
That's correct. But can you transport precious goods beneath the watchful eye of the Empire as well as Han Solo? It's time for your own Kessel Run, which I'm calling the Kessel Run.
Right.
I have here, Mike, a letter from Jabba the Hutt.
Okay.
Read it in his language, please.
Mike Mabuki, tunto enti, slongpatika me cheese crispa, or shoda cheese nafta 50 choya.
I'll be Salacious Crumb. So yes, Mike, you do in fact have 2 minutes to bring back three cheesy snacks for Jabba, or you go to Empire Prison. And for those screaming at the screen that parsecs is a measure of distance, not time, don't worry, because what we're really testing here is how long it takes Mike to go the distance to the shop and back, so it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, Mike, I'm going to give you some cash.
I've got money. Don't worry.
Okay.
It's fine.
Nice. All right, that's not what Han Solo would say, so I'm taking 10 seconds off your time.
Oh, what?
2 minutes, Mike. The Empire's watching you. 3 cheesy snacks. Do it for Jabba.
Never
Do it
tell
for
me the
Chewie.
odds.
3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Oh, he's still mic'd up. So he's not been very quick out the studio.
He's running.
You can hear him. What's he doing now? Good.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, he picks up something. He picks up a crisp, pack of crisps.
Good.
It sounds like he's standing impatiently.
Oh! 1 minute has elapsed. He only has to get cheesy snacks, it doesn't have to be crisps. That's what makes this challenge so thrilling.
He's on the way back. Is that normal?
He's got 1 minute 30, 1 minute 25, 37. TIE fighters are closing in. Get back on the sofa, Mike, get back on the sofa. Whoa! 1 minute 40 with 20 seconds to spare. That was incredible. And what have you bought for Jabba?
Cheetos.
Twisted Cheetos.
Yeah, bit of flaming hot.
Yep.
Really cheesy, double the cheese.
Cheesy Wotsits and
Mini cheddars.
Jabba's favourite, mini cheddars. Your reward, of course,
Is to eat all of those.
is a sweet cut of the profits.
I will go for the mini cheddars. then.
Mini cheddars, crack them open. Taste the smuggler lifestyle.
Tastes like shooting first.
So now let's see what you guys have been saying in the comments.
Last week, Ellen was busy harvesting all the latest gossip on Kingdom Hearts 3 to bring you this video, in which she lists all the reasons you've been a fool for ignoring this Disneyfied RPG series for this long.
In Kingdom Hearts 3, we'll be visiting Toy Story's world as super cute action figures, running around Andy's room, running through flower beds, and causing havoc in Galaxy Toys by jumping into great big mech toys. It's like piloting Titans. It's so fun.
Commenter PatDo777 spied a similarity between the Kingdom Hearts universe and the world of Outside Xbox, Mike. Sora, Goofy and Donald running around Andy's room. Jane and Mike will be so jealous.
Yeah, what gives? Nobody runs around Andy's room except us. And the ferrets that Jane and I released under his bed. They're welcome too.
Wait, is that why all my laundry's got teeth marks in it?
It's one of the reasons.
Moving on. Last week also saw Mike, Jane and I embarking on a Dark Souls livestream adventure in which I fought terrifying bosses.
Gargoyle's got sick abs.
Yes, just a shredded gargoyle. I mean, talk about sculpted abs. Hey!
He's in his cutting phase at the moment.
Yeah.
Battled countless skeletons. And let's just let this idiot get involved.
He thinks he's going to be the one.
He really did get involved with your guts and ribs.
He did. What an idiot. And had my share of frights.
What the?
Oh my god.
Commenter BananaStar94 got a kick out of your reactions, Luke, saying, Luke's freak out at 43:30 absolutely killed me.
Look, it's true that playing Dark Souls may have left my nerves a little frayed, but I can promise you that I can't pay for that.
Elsewhere on the channel, last week's show featured a special guest in the form of Jane, who stepped in for Ellen to give Luke a tough Hyrule Warriors quiz.
Wolf Link?
Wolf Link.
Yeah.
No Wolf Link. Sorry about it.
What the hell?
Okay.
Not playing this game.
Commenter Andy McP was relieved that was all that happened, Luke. Phew, it's show of the weekend. Usually when Luke and Jane are on the sofa, all my Life is Strange choices are attacked for about 30 minutes.
Come on now, we all joke around, but it's just personal choice. There are no wrong decisions in Life is Strange.
Did someone say Life is
strange? Is someone making wrong decisions? Because I'll get them.
Moving on. Last week, the channel hosted an exploration of Nintendo's weirdest, most doomed ideas ever, including the headache-inducing 90s abomination, the Virtual Boy.
It's on legs. There's only one problem. It needs your eyes.
Please don't take my eyes.
Ellen needn't have worried about that frightening slogan though, as commenter unnamed official knows she's got backup. Don't worry, Ellen, you're under the protection of flamingos, and flamingos never say D-I.
Damn straight. Well, Mike, you've been hanging around on Outside Xtra for a while now. What have you learned?
I've learned that none of you can be trusted around Pikachu.
Sometimes when you play a game, you develop a real connection with a Ellen.
His little ear is just sticking
Yeah.
Hey, thanks for watching this video. I'm just gonna take a Pikachu.
It's not an appropriate thing to say.
Look, I'm peeking through the lens. What would you call a Pikachu in a ghillie suit?
I don't know.
A sneak Pikachu. It's a magic. A sneak peek.
No, I got it.
A sneak peek.
The problem wasn't the getting it.
Who among us hasn't dreamed of buying a condo with Pikachu? It's not much to look at, but it's ours. Cool. Who among us hasn't dreamed of renewing their vows with Pikachu? Standing under a flower arch in a garden as our children and grandchildren look on. Okay, fine. We're not ready for Pikachu yet.
Yeah.
We'll back off.
Probably leave him to it.
Leave him to it.
Also, he's all electric. You don't want to get too close to that
Pikachu,
thing.
you do your mouse business. We won't interfere anymore. Well,
I had some mice did their mouse business all over my kitchen. I had to get these
Oh no, I bet it wasn't nearly so adorable. Well, Mike, thank you for joining me on Show of the Weekend.
It's all right, thanks for having me.
We have come, sadly, very, very sadly, tragically, despair-inducingly, to the end of the show. But there's loads more Show of the Weekend to watch. Have you watched them all? Yes, you have. Well, maybe watch them again. We're making them as fast as we can. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and if you know someone who you think might like Outside Xtra and Outside Xbox or Show of the Weekend, then why not send them a link and go, hey, I like this, maybe you would like it as well, and then you can welcome them into the church.
And then if they don't watch it, they're not really your friend anyway. So.
That's not the official line. That is the
Probably just cut them out of the social circle entirely.
That is the personal opinion of Mr. Mike.
What you got to do is maintain a really solid clique.
I like calling you Mr. Mike. Well, Mr. Mike, smuggler extraordinaire.
Thanks.
Where'd you put those mini cheddars? Let's gorge ourselves
Fill your boots.
and say goodbye. Bye, everyone. It's cheddar time. Welcome to Cheddar Town, population up.
Gotta get that cheddar.